million tourists. Oh, yeah. They're everywhere. It's great crack.
How many did you bag?
Huh? Well, I slaughtered a Japanese head. I winged a couple of Yanks. Oh, it's great crack, Podge. Would you not come out yourself? There's a busload of Germans coming. We're planning an ambush at Devil's Horn Ridge.
Nah. I had another idea for them tourists. A ladies only. A B&B.
Huh? But besides Granny's bed, there's only this one.
I know.
You dirty bugger.
Anyway, tourists are to be pitied after what happened to those two poor Yanks up in Ballybollock.
Tell us more.
Well, Ernie O'Herney and Pierce McCracken from Schlongsville, Massachusetts came all the way over to our little green island to trace their ancestors. And lo and behold, both the O'Herneys and McCrackens were from the same little town in the Midlands called Ballybollock. So they drove from Dublin as far as they could, but they had to walk the treacherous dirt track through the bog to downtown Ballybollock. When they arrived, they were starving and soaked to the skin in the typical Irish weather. They found a pub, though, the Stick-It Inn.
I bet the two of them strolled in with their fat American arses.
Indeed. Top of the evening, CEO. I'd like a pint of your blackest stout, dude. And perhaps if your good lady could fix us some supper, that'd be mighty fine, Pierce said as they walked up to the bar. The barman started to pull the pints. Great weather for ducks, said Ernie, trying to make conversation. That instant, the bar fell silent, and the barman turned to the two. It'd be best if you two fecked off out of here.
So he fecked them out, did he?
Aw, man, so much for that goddamn Irish hospitality, moaned Pierce as he pulled his hood up. Just then, a woman appeared. It was the landlady. She handed them both half a loaf of bread. Leave this place now, and I'd advise you not to eat this bread until you are the other side of this cursed bog. And for God's sake, stick to the path, she said before she disappeared back into the bar.
You know what, Podge? There's nothing I like more than a good cursed bog story. Isn't that right, Pox?
So, they set off in the pitch-black night to walk the miles back to their car. Despite the woman's warning, Pierce ate the bread. Sure, at that stage he was ravenous. Ernie, being a bit more superstitious, held on to his. After about 2 hours of bog walking, they both knew they were lost. Then out of the blackness, an unearthly squeal broke the silence. They could feel something approaching at speed. It's probably just a moose! Pierce shouted at Ernie, who was running well ahead of his buddy. But Ernie knew no moose would make such a diabolical noise.
Jesus. What was it?
The next thing Ernie heard was the screams of Pierce McCracken of the McCracken clan, obviously being slaughtered by whatever the hell was following them. Then silence. Then the pounding again. He ran for dear life. His lungs ached, and his ankles felt swollen from the strain of running through the bog. The pounding and the squealing got closer. He threw off his jacket, his sweater, and the loaf of bread he had been carrying. The creature seemed to stop and tear at the discarded items. He ran for another mile or so, when all of a sudden, bang! His shin smashed into the bumper of the car. He crawled into the driver's seat and was never seen again.
But what about his friend?
Well, the next day the locals found yet another eyeless, severed head in the bog.
Jesus. I bet it was a werewolf, a big wild cat.
No. It was the devil duck.
Do you know what I thought you said for a moment? I thought you said the devil duck.
To die by the beak of the devil duck of Ballybollock is no laughing matter. The locals tell the story of the duck farmer who cruelly force-fed his caged ducks in order to artificially bloat their livers to cash in on the growing liver pate trade. The one duck just kept growing and growing. The heartless farmer could see the pound signs. It would be the biggest duck liver in the country. After a few months, the duck had grown 6 feet tall, and one morning when he came to feed it, the duck burst out of its undersized cage and got its first taste of human flesh. It pecked the farmer's eyes out and ripped his head clean off. The other ducks quacked in admiration as the devil duck disappeared off into the boglands.
So your man Pierce was well and truly ducked. But how did the other fella manage to escape, like?
Well, you see, it was the bread he had discarded that gave him a couple of yards lead on the beast, which is still at large, by the way.
Right. Yeah. Ducks like bread, right enough. Anyway, I'm off to slaughter new tourists. Are you coming or what?
Rodge, duck!
Huh? What? Oh!
Every time the oldest joke in the book, the duck joke. Oh, gee, the way you landed in that gun there, I don't know if you'd get that out at all.
Oh.